Hey, hi community. So today we'll discuss about message queuing telemetry transport that we call as in short form MQTT server. Okay, so this will be moreover a high level idea about it. Okay, so let's see what is MQTT server. So community, you must have seen like lot of IoT devices are around, right? Now a lot of IoT devices we are using nowadays. As an example of like Alexa or Google Home, or there were multiple applications as well which recognizes your voice maybe and do some actions accordingly or something, right? So those all things can be possible through the MQTT server. I mean, like this is one of the way to use this server to work with the IoT devices, right? So how it works actually, let's see. So it is a server that acts as a broker, receiving, redirecting traffic to the appropriate destination, and started by IBM back in 90s, maybe 1980s or 17. I don't know the exact time when they have started, right? So what happens? Suppose you are in a room. Suppose this is a room, and there's a gate. You used to enter from here, right? There's a gate, suppose, and the lights will be here, like bulbs will be here. So which will be get turned off whenever you are outside. So as soon as you enter, after in a fraction of second, the lights will get turned on, right? So they sense something and then they turned on. Then they sense something and then they used to get turned on, right? So that's how it is. But behind this easy looking mechanism, there's a server behind it which works, which we call as an MQTT server, or as in a formal way. If we see, like light is there, so they publish a kind of message to the broker, and then broker used to check it and push to the room and publish it. That means publish it. Push to the room means publish it. So while it publishing in broker, it also get checked whether the room has subscribed to the term in this MQTT server. It will check whether the room has subscribed for this or not, right? Once it gets validated, it's subscribed, then the lights will get turned on in the room. Okay, so that's what it is, the basic understanding about it. So how the architecture work? So see the high level architecture. The same way, light in the sense here light was here, so light will pass a message, right, and which will be published. So the same way, see here, the message will go forward to the broker and broker will publish to the client. And in the broker, there is a term called topic. What topic does? Topic used to provided messages compared to the server subscription database. Okay, that's what. It checks whether the client has properly subscribed for this. Once it gets validated, it pushed to the client. So as an example, the light message starts from here, it goes to broker, the topic has validated it, and client means to us, and in a room maybe the bulbs will get turned, the bulb will or the light will get turned on, right? So the same way it works. So now what is message? So message is basically a lightweight messages will be here. This is not exact, but I am just trying to show you. Suppose there is a message and there will be like some, suppose like sensor, like on, or sensor off, or something like a JSON or some kind of protocol it follows. So in a simple key value pair messages it used to go, which will be very lightweighted. Okay. And what is broker? So broker, a device or a program that allows the client to subscribe or receive messages. Okay. So that's what here broker, which allow us as a client to subscribe for the particular service, maybe like subscribe or receive to something, so we can subscribe for that, so it will get validated whenever it needed, right? So the same way we have to perform here. What is client? Client perform two operations, publish and subscribe. So it's get published here, and also in a back we can also subscribe in broker, right? So MQTT, as I told you, provided message is compared in server's subscription database, whether it's subscribed properly or not. Here is also like MQTT topics are a form of addressing that allows MQTT client to share information. Okay, and also other is MQTT topics are structured in a hierarchy which is similar to the folder file system. As an example, like suppose like V1, like you know the API or something, right? So the same way it also works. Like suppose like V1 light on, or like slashes and all these forward slashes as a delimiter, it will work and all. So the same way it is defining here, the topic is structured in a hierarchy similar to the folder and file which will be kept in a such a way by using the forward slashes. So that's how architecture works. A message goes to the broker, it will check to the client, client can also subscribe, and also the topic validates in the broker whether it's subscribed properly or not. This is how it proceeds. So messages of MQTT protocol. So also understand MQTT protocol is also the way you know HTTP protocol and we use in APIs and all, REST API and all. So the same way MQTT protocol works. Okay, so there are few messages and these things that we can use it maybe. So for now you can understand in such a way where whenever authentication happen, SSL certificates get authenticated from the server side. A connection whenever like the same way in clouds and all we provide the connection, the same way connection happens like TCP connection or the IP connection. Termination is the disconnect message that we send it for the disconnection. And communication, we few ports gets open like 8883 and 1883. These are the communication port to publish and subscribe. So as I told you, lightweight messages to consume plus fact to send messages. Right. So this is also a like small journey, like device light and publisher. It sends a message, then to MQTT server, and here after the validations and all, it proceeds to publish the message. So this could be like Alexa, turn on the lights, or like Google do this, do that. All those things you do know, those all things will get validated here, and then the action happens. So maybe Alexa or Google may be using some another server, but I meant to say the MQTT server is work in such a way so the IoT devices can be supported. So this is not exactly like they are using the same server. I'm not aware whether they are using the same server or not, but the protocol probably could be the same, right? So MQTT payloads are like whenever like the same way we send the payload in API. So these will be few messages that we send it. So you can either have a screenshot now or you can pause and make a note of it if you want. So again, you have heard the term publisher and subscriber, right? So what is publisher? So the process of sending message is referred to as publishing. Here we have seen, right? We are sending the message. So that is called as a publisher. What is subscriber? And to receive messages, an MQTT client must subscribe to an MQTT topic. That's what I told you. We can subscribe here and to whichever topic we subscribe, whenever we perform any action or we send any messages, the topic will get validated in the broker. Right. So yeah, that's what it is. So the client subscribe. So the client subscribe to the topic to publish and receive messages. So how this works? So the small acknowledgement towards the protocol. So see, whenever connection goes, it acknowledges. Whenever subscriber goes, it get validated and acknowledges. Whenever publish any message or anything gets to publish, it get acknowledges. So that's how the broker protocol works. So I've written few points here to understand in a brief. So journey operates in this manner. Consider an Alexa device or any device that can turn on your light or any appliances that work in similar way, where it can recognize your message input and act as a middleman to help them publish the message while also verifying the subscription. The same way, Alexa verifies your messages, whatever you call it. So in addition, the IoT lifecycle follows the same pattern. Okay. So now if you think about the devices little bit, we can see that they are basically integrated with chip or IC. So yeah, so here it is like, now you will ask me like how the device recognizes. So device recognizes means there will be some different kind of bulbs, there will be some different kind of fans, switches, all those supports the Alexa or support the Google Home and all. So what happens inside that, there will be chip or something like the Raspberry Pi, maybe they use or maybe they not. So some chips will be there inside that, they used to send the code maybe in a C or C# or .NET or whichever code they want to send. They send the code to the particular chip, so which will work according to the code whatever is written for it. So see, that's what it is. Similar to what we used to see in electronics and communication engineers topic like VLSI and Raspberry Pi. So as a result, device will work as an expected function in accordance with the code as well as the messages received from the broker end. So that's how it works. So yeah, so that is the high level idea about the how broker works in the MQTT server and how our things gets validated. So what about installation? Now you may ask like how to set up a server. So maybe I'll attach a blog in the description link maybe, so you can go to that particular blog to understand how to install the MQTT server. So for MQTT server, there is also one thing called MQTT Explorer. So once you install, once you are able to set up the MQTT server, then you have to take the IP and go to the Explorer, add the IP, and then when you will connect, you will be able to see the logs regarding to the server that you have set up. And if any device is using, all those messages and everything you will be able to see in the Explorer. Okay, I'll also attach the link of Explorer blog maybe. So these two blogs I'll attach to have a more clarity on the installation and the accessing the server. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, sir.